We're on pins and needles here.
Don't pressure me, Vandham, please! Howdy, folks! How are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and welcome back to the Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition Let's Play, Episode 3. In the previous installment, we met a whole host of new characters who will continue to join us on our adventures throughout the wonderful world of Mira, and today we're being sent on our first mission alongside Alma and Linley Koo into the dangerous world that is Primordia. Our goal is to set down a data probe, however, we might run into some challenges along the way which we will have to face with the utmost courage and fearlessness. What could possibly go wrong? As a reminder, all the episodes of this series are being recorded live on this very channel, and the archives are available in the playlist linked in the video's description. So if you want to see this, but uncut and with occasional commentary from the live chat, you can find that down there. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Install the data probe at the FrontierNav site and complete your training. Let's go! We're being led out into the world. Chapter 2, The New Frontier. Alright, we are well and truly in it now. Suki Cross, Chapter 2 in progress, so 1 out of 4. I'm not sure what the 1 out of 4 is referencing, except for maybe, like, objectives. Out to the administrative district we go. We've got to gear up, first off. We've got some stuff in our inventory we can look at and consider either using or possibly selling.
An assignment to the east of the city this time. It'd be a long walk all the way back over to the west gate.
Hold on. Are we even sure the east gate will be open? Last I heard, it was still on lockdown from all the high-level indigen activity.
It was, but they just lowered the threat level earlier today. The gates are officially open for business. One of our teams must have gone out there and kicked some furry indigen butt, huh?
Ooh, it was not me and Elma. It was probably Irina and Gwyn, because we were at Westgate, right?
Wouldn't surprise me at all. Irina's team is one of our best.
How does she know Irina and Gwyn?
Already met them. You're way behind.
We ran into
I've spoken to so many
Met up
people
with
since
you.
we got here, at least
They were on their way out to an assignment.
Well, then that settles it.
5.
It must have been them, right? Man, forget this amateur hour probe baloney. Those guys are where the action's at.
Well, you don't have to go with us if you don't
Try
want
not
to.
to take that personally.
We'll happily leave you
Enough
here.
Talk. We've got our mission to deal with.
Last thing I want to do is babysit a 13-year-old child when I'm out on the field fighting
That probe
monsters.
isn't gonna install itself. Let's get to the east gate, shall we?
Armory Alley, though. Hear me out. We could go buy some legendary gear. We have basically no money. We have very little in terms of trade. We are spending a lot of time looking out down that hallway. This is Eleanor, Blade Support Lead, here to tell you that the segment feature of your map is now available for use. It's displayed on your handheld comm device, and it is a useful tool with lots of info about Mira. Give it a look if you're unsure of where you are or what to do. Very helpful. How? Probably that button. Segments. Field. Combat. Yes. Cool. Okay, not that button, everyone. That's the wrong button to go to. This button. No. Well, I guess we'll just never find out what button we're supposed to push then, and that's okay. Show navigation. I'm going to run over here and have a look at this screen. We're going to just see if we have anything that we can buy. Or, I guess, anything that we can sell as well. So we've got what we have in our inventory right now. We have some, like, melee weapons. We've got this advanced iron sword. You know what? We should actually probably go through and equip some things first, and then just sell whatever we do not have equipped. And we can upgrade our party members as well, but I'm mostly interested in our own gear at the moment. So we've got the proto knife, and we should be able to advance now to the advanced iron sword if we wanted to, correct? Why wouldn't I be able to? Unable to equip with current class. Oh! It's not correct for me, but the advanced iron knife is, so we can equip that. And then we have the advanced assault rifle, but we can go to the advanced storm assault rifle. Can you compare? How do you compare with ZR? Okay, here we go. So compared to what we currently have, I'm assuming, right? Which is the proto assault rifle. This has way more power rating points, a lower stability, I'm guessing, but a higher attack. I don't know what the stability means. It also has upgrades, so, like, obviously we want to do that. And then in terms of gear, I mean, that looks ridiculous. But yeah, go ahead and put it on. We can hide it if we want to. Maybe we like it. Maybe we keep it on. I don't know. We've got the prototype bodywear on at the moment. I don't think we want to change that out. I think we're fine and happy with that. Hold on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, that's what we've got equipped. And yeah. Unless we want to put on the prototype pants. I think we could pretty much sell everything else we got. If we wanted to. And it's no great loss. We can get everything back eventually anyway. Get me out of this screen. I wish there was a helpful sell everything that you don't need anymore button. How do I actually sell this thing? What does it sell for? What am I getting out of this? Absolutely nothing. There's no reason to sell it then, is there? At least I'm getting something for selling the iron knife. I don't need it anymore. The advanced iron sword? Shoot, I can't even use it. I don't know who could. I don't know what class it's for. It says it's unique. Like, how unique is it? Do I need to hold on to it? Maybe, actually. I don't know. Maybe I do want to hold on to it. Recently acquired. There's a bunch of stuff in here. Okay. Let's just get out there and... Well, hold on. Let's actually look at what we've got in terms of, like, protective wear. If we wanted to get, like, a new top, what are my options? Oh, no! That's not what we want. That's not what we want either. At least not while we're live. Maybe when we're done streaming, you know? You know what I'm saying? What are my options here? Let's actually get the comparison screen up, and let's figure out what would be good. We've got 42,000 to spend, okay? Diving bodywear. It gives us some, like... compared to, like, a swimsuit top, survival shirt, survival bodywear versus the prototype bodywear. This is better. It's got better defensive capabilities. It's only $6 grand. 16 total defense versus, like, literally anything else on this menu, right? That seems like a good thing to do. That seems like a good... Well, yes, let's go ahead and... Should we just go ahead and buy and equip it? Purchase and equip. I feel like we should. Okay, we can also go back to our head, where we've got survival headgear. That's level 5 as well. Survival goggles. So these are sometimes better and sometimes not, depending on which one we get. So this is getting rid of electrical resistance and gravity resistance, which, I don't know, do we need those? Maybe let's not worry about that right now. And then we've got, probably going to need to get the survival, ooh. There's trade-offs with all of this. Am I going to be dealing with a lot of gravity-based attacks? Do we want higher overall defense? At the expense of being severely limited when it comes to fighting gravity-based enemies? I don't know yet. I'm not ready to find out. What about my pants? What are my pants options? I hesitate to think what these look like back there. We're not going to check. I mean, you're all curious, though, aren't you? All right, fine. We're going to go ahead and we'll disable comparisons. Good gosh. Unbelievable. We can buy those and equip them and still, like, as a cosmetic and still keep our armor, but we're not going to do that. Okay, come on now. Not yet, at least. All right, survival pants. I mean, survival footwear. This just seems like a good... basic upgrade from what we've currently got. Okay, so I think we're good now. We've got mismatched pants and a mismatched top. Yeah, we look a little silly. Hold on just a second. Let's double back to the torso and see what, like, is there a top that is more specifically matched for this outfit? Yes. I'll tell you what we'll do, though. I think we're... No, I'm still getting used again. I haven't played a Switch game in a while. I'm still getting used again to the left and right, or to the A and B buttons being swapped. Let's get back out of there. First off, this does look better in terms of a fit. It's a little bit more congruent. Let's go. Let's go to our ground gear, though. All right, and let's switch back out our shirt. I think we had the better one, right? Didn't we have a better one? Actually, though, this one is kind of better. But what we can do, if we don't like the look of our fit, we can keep the gear we have equipped, go to fashion gear, and we can trade that out. So go to the main menu, party fashion gear, to be able to change your party member's appearance without affecting the gear they're actually got equipped, stats and all. Each time you obtain new ground gear, the equivalent fashion gear option will be added to your collection. So if we wanted to... No, let's not do that. If we wanted to have the gear that we currently have equipped, but then also have... let's say Lynn's outfit on, we could do that. Or we could have any number of other outfits that we've already unlocked. So I think this is the one we bought that we had originally equipped, and now we've changed it for a different outfit almost entirely by accident. Do we have any other ones unlocked? I wish I could sort. Oh, I can filter. No, that's sorting. I can sort by, like, favorite at the moment, I guess. Or I can favorite an object. It doesn't look like I can sort. I keep saying that I can, but I definitely can't. I wish that I could sort or filter and just have things that we've actually got unlocked as opposed to scrolling through this infinite list of question marks. On the rare chance that there is something further down that we have unlocked, which I'm almost positive we do not. Dear heavens. I'm going to keep going, because if there's something right at the end, I want to know now. I'd rather find that out right now, that we have nothing else. Okay, well, I guess the question is then, do we want to switch back over to what we had initially thought that we'd unlocked, which was this, the medium suit survival. Or actually, like, I kind of like the outfit we've got on right now. That's perfectly fine. We got this sort of business casual drip. Let's get out there. Let's head out into the field and let's go fight some monsters. Looks like the sun is up now, if I'm not mistaken, which means that we did in fact spend all night standing in front of that screen deciding on what kind of pants and shirt we wanted to wear. We did not even upgrade our weapons. I did switch out to a newer one that we already had with us, though. So that's kind of like getting an upgrade, I suppose. Thomas is down here to probably mock and ridicule us for how long it's taking us to do this simple task. How are you, Thomas? You got anything interesting you want to add to the conversation?
Hey.
What's up? Ask Thomas about the indigens in Primordia. Ooh. Or ask him about recent developments. Let's ask about the native flora and fauna, if we might. Why not get used to battling indigens by fighting some Ovis? This place is lousy with them, after all. Unlike Grexis and other, more ferocious indigens, Ovis won't even attack unless you hit them first. That makes them useful as training dummies. They're living creatures, but okay. Another piece of advice, don't mistakenly pick a fight with any of the dangerous creatures near Sayram Lake to the north. Numerous skilled interceptors have fallen to the indigens in that area. As noble a goal as protecting the city is, it's not worth risking your life like that. If you ever catch the eye of one of those indigens, just turn and run away. Thanks, Thomas. You're bold, you're brave, and it's appreciated. I'm pretty sure that there is a gigantic beast roaming around right outside here that could absolutely body us if we're not careful. I think it's like a big Grex, if I remember properly. We are going to go ahead and attack this thing, though, just for the sake of training.
Move in and do some damage.
Okay, you bet. I'm attacking the leg. I don't know if there's a benefit to it. I don't know if... Oh, it stretches. He's a stretchy boy. Should have seen that coming. That was good, but not perfect. What do you do? Inflicts taunt to draw the enemy's attack. I mean, I guess if we really wanted to do that, we could. But I'm not really like a damage sponge at the moment, and I'm not interested in doing that. Also, Elma really wants me to do a melee attack, but I think I missed my opportunity, unfortunately. What are we shooting at right now? What on earth are we shooting at? We're just shooting into the sky over here. I'm concerned about you right now, Suki. You're making strange decisions, and you're embarrassing me in front of our new friends. Just shooting at the sky instead of the dinosaur we're supposed to be fighting. Oh, I guess I shouldn't call it a dinosaur. It is, objectively speaking, not a dinosaur. Alright. Eastgate Plain. There's a lot of things to collect around here. There's a lot of things to see. We're going to beeline to this point right here. I think that if we run up to here, that should be where we respawn. I'm pretty sure. Although maybe I'm making that up. I also thought that we had to interact with these to, like, enable them in some way. But I suppose I might have made that up. I know that we can change time at them, which makes them super useful. Okay, yeah, these fellas. These fellas are dangerous right here. We don't want to mess around with them. What are their levels? Hold on. Can I even engage with these guys? Well, we're gonna get his cutscene first. They're not dead, are they?
The hell happened here?
Probably some blades came through and just indiscriminately shot people. Or creatures, I guess.
You don't think that one Sinicula could have killed all these simius?
I think they probably did, yeah.
Unless...
Unless... what?
This is bad.
What's bad? I don't follow you.
That Sinicula. It's a Tyrant.
Huh?
Oh no!
It looks just like any other Sinicula.
Think about it. Your typical simius is way higher up on the food chain than your typical Sinicula, right? Usually we'd find one simius standing over 3 or 4 Sinicula corpses. But here, the tables have been turned.
Now, to be clear, we didn't see what happened. We don't know the Sinicula did this. We're just jumping to conclusions. It might have just wandered up on the scene. It might be entirely innocent.
Tyrant.
Let me check the Blade Report database. If there's a Tyrant this close to the city, someone must have run across it. Bingo. There was a Senicula Tyrant sighted not too long ago, but it was a couple of segments further out.
It could have followed the blade that spotted it back towards New
Man, I'm feeling like maybe White Pants were a bad decision here.
That's crazy. I can't believe there's a Tyrant right on our doorstep and HQ isn't doing a thing about it.
Well, don't forget why they sent us here in the first place. FrontierNav's range is still limited.
Oh, right. They couldn't track it if there's no local probe. They must have lost it when it went off the grid.
Ooh. Suggest killing the Tyrant. Ask what a Tyrant is. I feel like that's the better question.
The Tyrant
Give me the lore.
Is given to creatures that pose a special threat in one way or another. That doesn't always mean raw strength. Some Tyrants will actually register as low rank when you find them out in the field and engage them in combat.
But don't let that fool you. If a creature shows up as a Tyrant, you can be sure it's got at least one nasty trait or ability to speak of. The system can't account for everything, though, so don't let your guard down, no matter what rank it assigns. Even some of Blade's very best teams have come back with serious injuries after running into a Tyrant in the field.
It looks like it's standing right over where we need to go. Suggest the three of you can handle it, or say you can't just leave it so close to New LA. Let's not be boastful. Like, let's just state the obvious fact that we are here and we're responsible for this. And that way, when we wipe out 4 or 5 times, we're not embarrassed.
Lynn?
Count me in. The same goes for everyone in New LA, but if we're gonna settle here on this planet, we're gonna have to get used to dealing with Tyrants now and then. Besides, if I need to, I can always run away while it's busy chewing on one of you guys.
Great to hear, Lynn. Thank you for the vote of confidence.
Okay? Either of you.
Didn't she used to have 2 Minato hair clips?
But if not, even just luring it away would be a moral victory. As long as we buy enough time to install the probe, we can use FrontierNav to track it, or any other Tyrant that comes this close to the city from now on. Just make sure you're ready before we attack. This'll be tougher than anything else we've faced.
She's saying to get our nonsense in order. Make sure we know what we're about to get ourselves into. There's one thing we have to do, okay? Engaging a Tyrant is no small task. It's important to equip your best before charging in, so double check all weapons and gear. Oh, and make sure your arts are ready and leveled up, okay? That's the first step to becoming a combat master. Thank you so much for that hot tip. I didn't even think about leveling up things. Well, the very first thing we've got to do, and this is absolutely critical, is we need to go into settings, and we need to... I got to figure out where to do this from. Show headgear. Turn that off. That way we can still have on our... the little red thing without it actually being visible on the screen, because that was kind of embarrassing, wasn't it? I didn't care much for that. And then as for, let's see, party, we got arts and we got skills. We got a lot of things we need to look at, actually. Okay, so this is what we've got, and I think we have to level up before we unlock any additional slots, as well as any additional abilities to put in those slots. Can we do any kind of upgrades here? We can upgrade this if we wanted to. So that's Slit Edge. Deals weapon damage plus from the side, boost damage. Deals physical damage plus inflicts topple. Deals thermal damage, inflicts blaze plus versus toppled targets. It boosts damage, so if they're toppled, you hit them with that. Physical resistance, taunt to draw the enemy's attack. Again, I'm not a damage sponge. I don't know about that one. I just don't think that would be a great call. So we got 37 upgrades that can be applied to pretty much any art that we want to apply them to. And I feel like we probably want to go with these two first. So go ahead and upgrade that once. And then also go ahead and upgrade this one once, perhaps. And I think each character actually gets their own, if I'm not mistaken. So if we hop into Elma, yeah, so she has 33, and then Lynn has 30, or Lynn has 20. So there's not as much that we can upgrade on her. I feel like maybe we need to wait a little bit longer before we invest in some of these. Let's see what they do, though. So she's got Fire Carnival, deals thermal damage, deals weapon damage plus inflicts topple. More damage against toppled enemies, grants thermal resistance up. Well, I'll tell you what, one of the most important things you could do in any Xenoblade game is you break, topple, etc. That comes up a bunch in combat. That's sort of like your normal combat progress. So we should probably upgrade both of these. In fact, I'm going to... So that's a TP ability, though. We're going to stop there, wait till she unlocks some additional things. Which one of your abilities actually... She has a... Let's see, inflict stagger. Yeah. We want to boost that. We want you to be doing more stagger anyway. So if we upgrade it, the hit scaling goes up, the cooldown goes down, and the stagger goes to stagger 2. So we definitely want to go ahead and upgrade that. And in fact, I'm going to upgrade it twice. Potentially a bad idea. I didn't put a whole lot of thought into that. We're just kind of sending it. I'm going to do the same thing here, where if I upgrade this one again, the cooldown goes from 46 to 44 seconds, and we get topple 3. Did I do it? Did I hit the wrong button? I don't think I did it right. There we go. I hit cancel by mistake. And we're going to back out of the screen now before I invest too many points in things that I'll probably end up trading out anyway. Looking at skills. What have we got? We don't have any. How long till we unlock skills? We got to actually pick a class for that, and we don't pick a class until later, I don't think. Now, I was going to say, Elma and Lynn both have their classes kind of locked in. So we got a full metal jaguar and a shield trooper, and then we are just a drifter. So I don't think we can actually engage with these in any way, though. I don't think that we can do anything with them just yet. I think we have to get a little bit further along before the game will allow us to tinker with these. All right, let's get into this. I'm ready. Whatever happens, happens. Destroying appendages. You can aim your attacks at particular parts of your enemies. Reducing the appendage health gauge to 0 will destroy it. You can change the part you're aiming at with R plus Y and A. Additionally, destroying appendages before defeating an enemy may yield additional rewards in the battle spoils. Yeah, I think there's some things you can only get.
Fair. We should weaken them just to be safe.
I agree. We're targeting the head right now for some reason. Yeah, you do your sliding slinger. You're doing fantastic. So we want to do that from the side. I think we actually missed our opportunity to do it and get the bonus. But that's all right. Okay, got that leveled up now. Wait, did she topple it and I was, or did she have it staggered and I didn't notice? Did that happen? Is that my imagination? I need to keep a closer eye on that. I don't think I actually need to be physically close to the head. I just want to be. Oh, no, I missed it again, I think. Oh, and I didn't hit the button. Oh, no. It's all going downhill. Why did I let go of the controller?
Are you kidding?
There we go. We actually did a thing properly. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Hold on. Did we take out the head? Did we do that? I didn't even notice we took out the head. All right, yeah, get the leg now. I don't have my ability to do the thing when they're toppled right now, Len. I'm sorry. We did it, though, at the end of the day. We fumbled our way through it. You have a video of you singing one of the songs from the game. That's awesome. All right. If people would like to, they're more than welcome to check that out.
Business and install that data probe. If we stay here for long, there's no telling what other playmates might show up. This beam of light indicates a FrontierNav site. It marks the ideal spot to bury the probe.
Okay, the probe should be ready for insertion. I'll just boot it up.
Thanks, Lynn. The top half of the cylinder contains the probe itself. The bottom half is a laser. It dissolves the soil so the probe can burrow to the proper depth.
Burrow.
We tried just planting them on the surface at first, but we kept running into problems with the local wildlife damaging the goods.
Yeah, go figure.
Burying them is going to save us all a lot of time and headaches in the long run. We all set?
Yes, ma'am. Whenever you're ready.
Why don't you do the honors? You can launch it right from your comm device. Give it a try.
Is this thing like Bluetooth or something? Suggest Lynn should take care of it, or show interest and launch the probe. I think we want to show interest. I think we want to show that we're invested in this operation, right? That's going to get us in good with the higher-ups and the management. We want to show some initiative.
Good. Now we just need to give it a minute to reach the target depth.
I don't know if really burying it's going to be the best call. I feel like a lot of earth and dirt and soil
Installation complete.
probably going to block a lot of the signal.
Solid connection to FrontierNav.
Excellent. See? At the end of the day, there's really not much to it. The hardest part was calculating the ideal probe locations. We need them spread out evenly to maximize data collection.
What if we ever need to do service on one? How do we pull it out?
The more we plant, the more likely we are to find missing crew. So anytime you see a probe site, there's no excuse not to plant that sucker.
That'll do it for your training. Let's head back to the barracks and report to Secretary Nagi.
We could do that. Or we could explore the region some. That's another option that we have available to us. What did we get from that guy? Worn survival gear. Yeah, take that. My first gold drop is an achievement we just got. FrontierNav probe sites, or FN sites, for short, are optimal locations to plant data probes. Placing one will reveal segment recon for the surrounding segment. You can go to main menu, map, segments, to see which segments contain FrontierNav probe placement spots. I'm Lau, a Pathfinder. If we're going to grow FrontierNav, we need to install more data probes. To plant one, simply approach a vacant FrontierNav probe site and press A. If you find a good spot, be sure to go ahead and claim it. It's common sense, really. Yeah, thanks, Lau. Now all that's left is to report back to base. But first, I'll let you in on a secret. A giant beast like that is usually best engaged with a skell. Neutralizing a foe like that on foot, especially a Tyrant, is pretty risky, so be careful about such things in the future, okay? Yeah, I mean, the thing is, once you get far enough into the game, you can basically break combat to make anything doable on foot even faster than it is in a skell, but that's a discussion for later. Segment Recon shows the details of the tasks that need to be performed in each region. Each category is shown with its own icon. Resolving these increase your survey rate. If there's a segment recon task still to address at your current location, a yellow hexagonal area will be displayed on your minimap. This is known as the segment marker. The segment marker indicates the borders of the segment you're currently occupying. You can also go to main menu map segments, then select a segment and press R to manually display the segment marker for that particular segment on the minimap. Manually set segment markers will be displayed as the blue hexagonal area even when you're outside of their borders. Alright, that's helpful to know. I think we're pretty much done here. We got the FN site taken care of. This is locked, don't know why. If we go up here, there is a treasure in the form of some vehicle wreckage. So if we wanted to go ahead and mark that, we could. And we could try to get over there. Survey rewards. Ooh, okay, cool. I've made a mistake. Go back. I was trying to read that. What button did I hit that was wrong? Okay, never mind. Get me out of here. It's a nightmare. I'm confused. I'm easily confused. Do we want to go try to find the wrecked vehicle real quick before we head back to... Oh, wait. We still can't jump. That's right. It's going to make getting around a little bit of a hassle. Also, everything around here is a slightly larger level than we are, and there's no guarantee we're actually going to be able to find the vehicle, because it's very possible it's something that is outside of our ability to reach. Have you seen wrecked vehicle just outside New LA's East Gate? That belonged to a friend of mine. I don't know who just said that, but that makes it sound like we should just head back to the East Gate, and we'll find the missing vehicle, although it definitely looks like it's over here somewhere. I'm looking at that orange square on the map, and I'm thinking it's going to be up there. So we have to get around to up there. Also, I'm thinking that I want to engage in combat with these guys, because they're really low level, and that's going to be good practice for us. I got to get good at remembering to hit these things in the right orders and do the things and do the abilities. Beautiful. We absolutely destroyed this rodent-looking creature. We really killed it good. Man, heaven have mercy on us. We are absolutely crushing it. Let's get another one. We actually don't have to start with an ability, by the way. Like, I do, but you don't have to. You could choose to just, like, click the middle button here, and that would get the job done. Nice. Alright, so we've killed 2 of them. I think there was a third one. I think we'll leave it so that... Oh, no, there's 2 more. Okay, they can, like, mate, and the population will grow again. I don't want to completely decimate the local... Olvis population. I would feel bad about that. This, I think, is where we're going to find that vehicle. And in fact, it might be dead ahead according to the map. We're right on top of it. It should be literally right here. Okay, that's a bad sign. The fact that whatever that... Oh, it's literally... It is right here. Right in front of me. It kind of blended in with the environment. Yeah, field action. Boom. Field action successful. Segment recon completed. Treasure. So if we... Let's see. I can hit that button to bring up navigation. But also I can go back into the map. And it'll show this area now completed. So how do I unmark it? We currently have it marked. Is there just like... Same thing there. This one's locked, which I mean... I guess that means we can't do anything there right now. There's a Tyrant up here that is a level 25. No! no! There's some alien wreckage over here. I don't even know if we can collect that. That might be outside of our purview. Let's head back to town, then. We've had enough fun out here. Let's get back inside, and we'll chit-chat with Nagi, let him know that we've completed our mission, and we are actually the best blades on the planet right now. Me, Elma, and Lynn. We are absolutely crushing. By me, I mean Suki here. I can't really take responsibility for her actions. I am merely a voice in her head that suggests she do certain things, okay? Anytime that she does something that's really clever and we, like, defeat a bad guy, that's me, just, like, you know, sort of whispering ideas into her. And anytime that we die, it's because she's ignoring me. My ideas are always flawless. Trust me on that. Take my word for it. Okay. I would love to wait for that to recharge.
I hit hard.
I keep forgetting that we've got Fiora's voice every time we speak.
Sky's the limit.
Beautiful work, everyone. Absolutely fantastic work. Advanced survival body wear. That sounds good. We'll wear what we got right now. It looks great. I know we can change it out without, like, we can change the fashion gear. Let's just stick with what we've got right now. There's no need to be worried about these tiny little micro differences until we start, like, min-maxing certain abilities. Until we want to become a menace on the battlefield. At that point, we'll worry about it. For right now, we're fine. We can carry on with what we currently got. It's perfectly okay. I mean, when it comes to min-maxing, though, we're going to want to look at everyone's gear. We're going to have to make sure that everyone's gear is sort of done to the nines, if you know what I mean. Suriella. Should we talk to them? Sirona. Like, I don't know if any of these people kind of, like, matter in the grand scheme of things. If it's necessary to speak to them for any reason. Oh, have you come to see the town helper? I'm sorry, what? You don't know who the town helper is? It's me, silly. I'm a mediator, but I started dabbling on the side. I teach weapon skills, offer equipment tips, deliver lost items, give life advice. Folks just started calling me the town helper. I kind of like it, to be honest. Alright, well, good for you. Well, we've spoken to them. They still have a little symbol above their head, which makes me think that there's more to talk about. It looks like it's the same dialogue, so I was wrong. Carrying on, then. Really wish we could jump. Being able to jump right now would be swell. Can't jump right now. Ah! That's how you get to the map more quickly. I see! Yes! That's what Y does, everyone. Get me back out of here! That's the Y button. So wait, what is X? Just switches our weapon, obviously. Okay. I stumbled upon that by accident. I was just spamming buttons to see if there was a jump I wasn't aware of. Enter Blade Barracks. Continue plot. Let's go. Let's tell Nagi what a wonderful job we've done and how impressed he should be with us and our abilities. Also, tell me where's Vandham, for I much desire to speak with him. It looks like he's already here.
Commander Vandham.
Well, now, look what the cat dragged in.
Sorry we missed you last time. We could have come to meet you at HQ, you know.
Indeed. I suggested as much. Twice.
And we know how much I enjoy being told what to do. Anyway, I hear you tangled with a Tyrant, way out of your league, on a training mission, no less. That was reckless, and goddamn magnificent.
Yeah. Absolutely. Story mission complete. To get Vandham's seal of approval, that's the highest honor. Yeah, of course, save our progress, sure. We're gonna write over our... Well, you know, we'll use all 3 slots. We'll just kind of go through them in order. We've been playing for 2 hours and 20 minutes? Has it really been that long? I didn't realize. I did not think we'd been playing that long.
So, Commander, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit here today?
Well, I can't just ask Nagi to do everything for me. I'd be out of a job.
Hey, I delivered you the new recruit, didn't I?
Yeah, you won the bet. Don't worry about it, all right? I'll settle up with you later. You know I'm good for it.
The bet?
I'm sure I'm needed elsewhere. If you'll all excuse me, Commander.
Nothing sus about that?
Well, that wasn't obvious at all.
Huh. Look at you two. I swear, you're like 2 children excited about a new toy.
Can we not refer to me as a
Who's
toy,
talking?
thank you?
I don't recall ever seeing you file a request to personally train a rescue before.
Is that so odd?
It is before we'd even asked her to become a blade, little Miss Stick in the Rear.
Usually I ask when I don't get your slang expressions, but something tells me to just let that one go.
Enough about that. Where are your manners, anyway? I still haven't been introduced to our new recruit here.
Commander Vandham is Blade's top officer.
Can y'all hear my cat?
In a past life, I was chief engineer on the White Whale. Same idea, basically. Someone has a problem, I fix it. You follow? Huh. Not much for conversation, are you?
So you still haven't told us why you're here. From the look of things, I'm guessing this isn't a social call.
You don't think?
She's yelling about
No.
something.
So let's cut the crap and get down to business.
Ha! Sounds like you're learning my expressions just fine, Elma. Anyway, first we need Chatty Cathy here to choose a division and pull an assignment.
No, I forgot about this. Ask about assignments or ask about divisions. I mean, I already know about assignments, but I feel like they're going to make me
Whoa
ask
there,
both
Itchy
anyway.
Trigger.
I can't remember which
I know
division
you're just
you
chafing
want to
at the bit
pick,
to
because
run
some
out
are
there and
objectively
grab the
better than
bull by its
others.
tail,
Should
but
we do
you
a
need
quick
to
Google
choose a
search?
division first. Once that's all hashed out, we can get into detail about what your first assignment's gonna be.
Pretty much everyone in New LA works for Blade, in one of several different fields. Helping to explore Mira, or to maintain order in the city, or, well, you remember Nagi's speech, right? There are 8 different fields in all, and each one has its own branch within Blade. Officially, they're called divisions. Naturally, you'll want to choose one that best suits your
Ow.
personality and your talents.
Let's start with the Pathfinders. Pathfinder's #1 responsibility.
Okay, we don't have to worry about it anymore in
Finding
DE.
data probes, like you did on
It's
your
only
training
applicable to the
mission.
online play. They've
May not
changed
be
it in
the
the
sexiest job, but
definitive
important?
edition.
You bet your ass.
So we can pick anything we want.
We've only been on Mira 2 months. We don't know jack about this place. The more probes we install, the faster we can get our bearings here and give ourselves a fighting chance.
Alright.
We've already detailed how important it is we expand the FrontierNav network ASAP. So, for the time being, I'll just remind you of the highlights. It helps us keep Blade safe. It helps us keep the city safe. And most important of all, it's the key to locating the missing parts of the Lifehold and recovering the rest of the human race.
I mean, that definitely makes it sound like the most important path
Okay,
that we could
Next
choose.
up, Interceptors. You met Akeloff and Evans, right?
Of course.
Irina and Gwen, this is their division. Interceptors have one main duty. Protect New LA and everyone in it from the wildlife here on Mira.
This is the one you want to go with if you really like fighting big
Right
alien
now,
monsters.
Probably our busiest division. Interceptors ride shotgun for the research eggheads. They escort VIPs around, and they help any other idiots who get caught out there with their pants down.
Next are the Harriers. Remember Doug Barrett, the Skell pilot?
Yeah, he was pretty grumpy earlier.
Lynn? He's part of the Harriers.
I mean, he did just fall out of the sky
If you think
because of a mixed-up intake exhaust situation, so I don't blame him for being a little bit grumpy. It's reasonable.
They specialize in preemptive strikes on clear and obvious threats. But only on clear and obvious threats. They're not meant to go out and just blast any indigen that moves.
And you got your Reclaimers. These guys are in charge of finding the other pieces of the White Whale.
Important duty, for sure.
Among other things, that is. Including anything of ours left behind after a battle. Skell debris, weapons, personal effects. It can get a bit morbid, frankly.
Okay,
but
so
it's
Reclaimer. I believe that's the division that the Master Chief is
until we're
in.
up and running here on Mira and have this place complete.
Good Halo joke! Because he's the Reclaimer.
We brought
Come
to
on.
Earth needs to be treated like it's irreplaceable. Also, the search for the Lifehold. That's mostly on the Reclaimers.
Next, Curators. Curators are the first to scout ahead to unexplored territory, bringing back whatever samples they can get their hands on. Fruits, bugs, sticks and stones, you name it.
They're going through all of this setup, but
It's
none of it
all
matters
looking
apparently,
very
based on what I just
Being
read
a curator also
on
means being the first to encounter
Game8.co.
unknown indigens.
With the removal of blade levels and division points, division choice doesn't seem to have any bearing when playing through the story. And changing is now free, as opposed to the original, which required a fee. So we can pick whatever we want with basically no consequences. We just make up our decision. We don't have to put any thought into it. And yet I'm still thinking about it.
We need to be able to replenish our water and fuel if we want to survive. And sooner or later, we're gonna have to figure out how to replace things from scratch. From the socket on a Skell's knee joint, right down to the frying pan in Lynn's kitchen. Without these guys busting their butts, we'd have no future to speak of.
Next up, outfitters. All of our ground.
All of this work
weaponry
just
is
for something that's
developed in
ultimately not
conjunction
going
with
to
private
matter.
arms manufacturers, or AMs.
Unless you do a lot of
Outfitters
online
are
play.
ways
It
of
changes what you
supporting
get
these
from
AMs.
online play.
They'll seek out anything that might inspire new weapon ideas, and even assist with testing new prototypes.
Finally, the mediators.
Whoa.
These are the folks who
The cutscene's gone on so long the Switch started going to sleep.
Q public. Any problems a civvy has, they come to mediators. Fight with your neighbor, mediators. Lost cat, mediators.
That sounds like such a miserable job. Of all the
Division
options.
for everyone.
Like, do you want to go out there and fight giant monsters? Do you want to go do data probes? Do you want to go find the life hold? Do you want to deal with these two neighbors
Personality?
arguing about the
You're
hedges?
best mediator. But if you got what it takes, it's a clutch role, keeping things cool on the home front.
All right, so I think that's all 8 divisions. Any idea which one you'd like to join?
Yeah, I'd love to be a mediator. I want to help deal with domestic
Whichever you
disputes.
choose, you still have a lot
I want to stay in town where there's no aliens. There's no
Mediators
danger.
get out there and mix
It's
it
just
up.
maybe there's a chainsaw wielding maniac once in a while.
Wants to take a break and settle an argument? That's their prerogative too. To be honest, even though it's sort of frowned upon, you can actually change your division whenever you like. So there's really no reason to stress about this. All right, you ready to choose?
I am so prepared to make a life-altering decision right here and now. I'm ready to choose the course of the rest of my future.
We're on pins and needles here.
Don't pressure me, Vandham, please! Select your division. Yeah, okay. It seems to be mostly like an aesthetic choice. It's not actually going to matter. Being a reclaimer sounds fun. We're just going to go Pathfinders. That's going to be most of what we do in this game. Is just wander around the map, right? Like, if you really want to say... Okay, but in terms of story, what are we doing? Most of what we're going to be doing is curating and reclaiming. So, locate and retrieve pieces of wreckage from the White Whale. That is actually the job we're going to be doing the most of. Well, shoot, why don't we pick that then? We could change it at any time. There's no reason to stress about this. Send it. We're going to be Reclaimer. Yep, sure, let's go. This is what we're doing. Yep, it's settled.
All right. Thank God that's over. By the power invested in me, yada yada, you're officially a blade.
I feel like that cannot be binding. You did not say all the words. That's like not finishing someone's Miranda rights. You know what I mean? Don't I need to, like, put my hand on a Bible or on my heart or something and swear fealty to New LA
Now
in
for
the
the
service
job.
of the people?
Let's get down to brass tacks.
Maybe a hand on
Nelson's team has
both?
gone missing. Last contact we had, they were installing a data probe out in eastern Primordia. Then, nothing.
Nelson. Pathfinders, right?
Are we talking indigens here or what?
Your guess is as good as mine, but they did have a Skell with them. You'd think they could hold their own, or at least run away.
All right, we're on it. We'll head to their last known location and go from there.
Report whatever you find ASAP.
Of course. Let's move out.
Roger that.
Search for Nelson's missing team in Southeast Primordia. Let's do it. When are you going to let me jump? Hey, what are you doing back here, huh? What brings you back here? You just here to explore? You've never been here before, have you? Look, Kyrie. Look over here at the camera. Okay. Okay. You're very distracting. That tail! Look how fluffy that tail is! Her so fluffy! I gotta do my bit. Aww.